I went from this to that. And no, it did not happen overnight. And neither did it happen with just me working out. And listen, let's be clear over here. You have to work out. You have to know how to work out the right way, the right exercises to do and what works for you, right? In order for you to build your dream physique. However, working out itself is just 40% of the whole actual thing that builds your dream physique, whereby the remaining 60% is your dieting, is how you eat. You, for example, right, you've been going to the gym for let's say 3 to 6 months and you're complaining because you still haven't built that dream physique you've been looking for, something like this. And I'm here to tell you, the reason why you haven't been able to build that dream physique you're looking for is simply because you don't eat properly. Your dieting is bad, so therefore you're working backwards instead of moving forward. I see this a lot with people that goes to the same gym that I go to, right? So people go to the gym and they work out, they do their exercise, whatever the case may be, and then afterwards they go and get fast food. So all this type of processed food, fast food, and things like that is the reason why it's hard for you to actually grow your muscle the way you want it. It's hard for you to actually get that dream physique that you've been looking for. So me personally, and I'm going to use myself as an example in this video because obviously I've seen it myself, exactly how eating the right food and working out properly, what it did for me. Like I said, I went from this to that, and I was able to do that because my diet, I was able to maintain it throughout these years of me working out. So if you are somebody who is struggling to build that dream physique that you've been looking for a very long time, I'm here to help you out with that. And the way I can help you is simply advising you to become very, very knowledgeable with nutrition. And you don't have to be an expert in this because I am not an expert in nutrition. I simply just eat exactly what I know works for me, right? What helps me stay in good shape, what helps me have a good health. So let me give you a quick story time. Me personally, I first got into the gym back in 2021. This is when I started doing calisthenics, right? As soon as I got into the gym, I immediately changed my dieting. I immediately changed the way how I eat, right? I went from eating bad food, like AKA fast food, junk food, processed food, to eating clean food, to having whole foods. You get what I'm saying? So I've been able to maintain that from 2021 all the way to 2025, right? And despite me being injured in 2021 to 2022 and even 2023, when I got back to the gym, when I got back healed and stuff like that, I was still able to build my dream physique. Why? Because I was eating properly. I was eating clean, even when I was not in the gym. You get what I'm saying? So right now, my brother, your only problem is the way you eat, is your dieting. Trust me, if you are able to change the way you eat and have a positive diet, and you're doing your exercise the right way, you're doing, the proper exercise, the thing that's working for you, trust me, it's gonna take no time for you to build your dream physique. I literally got a crazy gain, like a crazy aesthetic in less than 2 months of me working out properly and actually eating the right food for me that works for me. So in my case, I was somebody who was really, really skinny, right? I was very skinny. However, I went from being skinny to obviously being ripped, being, crazy in shape, right? I was able to do that because of I consistently worked out and I consistently ate the right food, right? So now I'm going to tell you guys exactly what my diet is and what I eat, right? Let's say you are somebody like me who is looking to build muscle mass. You're looking to add extra 20 to 30 pounds of muscle, right? Muscle gain. I eat carbs, aka rice. I eat jasmine rice. That's one of like my main meals right there. And I also eat potatoes. I ate chicken, I ate steak, and I eat fish, and I also eat lamb. Or these are the type of meals that I eat for me to build the way I am today. And not just that, I mainly also eat fruits. Fruits like banana, watermelon, mango, you name it. I like eating fruits. I eat a lot of fruits. You get what I'm saying? So as you can see, me personally, I eat very, very clean. I stay away from fast food. Like I said, I haven't had fast food for over since 2021. That's probably like 4 years now, right? I stay away from that simply because me personally, I like the way my journey has been with fitness. Not just the aesthetic look, but the strength that I've been able to build. You get what I'm saying? Being able to be strong enough to maneuver my body the way I do in like freestyles like this that you're seeing. And also, overall having a healthy body, right? Not being sluggish, not being any of that stuff. You get what I'm saying? So for you, my brother, the key takeaway in this video is, if you are struggling to build that dream physique you've been looking for, I want you to look within yourself. Ask yourself this question: what is the reason why I haven't been able to build this dream physique? Is it because I'm not working out the proper way, or is it because of my diet? And for the most part, it can also be because you're not doing the right workout. However, for the most part, it's always about your diet. You get what I'm saying? And this is something you must understand. Dieting is really, really important. If you're looking to build muscle mass, if you're looking to lose weight, it all comes down to your dieting. It all comes down to how much you eat, what you eat. You get what I'm saying, right? That right there would help you build that dream physique, and as well as knowing exactly how to work out, what to do. And me personally, I do calisthenics. I've also built my body, I built my aesthetic with my own body weight. You get what I'm saying? I do pull-ups, I do push-ups, I do dips, I do muscle ups, right? Those are my 4 basic calisthenic workouts. However, I said basic, but when I do it in big reps. I do anywhere from 200 to 300 pull-ups and muscle ups in a day when I actually do decide to do upper body, right? Not just pull-ups, I would do push-ups along with it and dips along with it. I even have a video on YouTube that I think the title says, I did 630 reps of pull-ups, push-ups, and dips in 22 minutes. I'm gonna actually link the video on my description. That way you can go out there to see what it's like to do superset of pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. You will get that dream physique that you've been looking for. And you will have people coming up to you like, yo, how are you able to do that? How are you able to be so lean, ripped, and have arms, shoulders like this? You get what I'm saying? And it's simple. You did it because you finally gained the knowledge, right? You finally found out how to eat properly, what to eat, and also how to work out properly. You get what I'm saying? So, my friend, if like I said, if you're struggling to build that physique, look within yourself, look at the diets, look at the food that you eat, and trying to make a positive change. With that being said, if you need any further information, if you need any further help, you can DM me on Instagram at KesterMiller22, right? At KesterMiller22, that's my username, and I will go ahead and help you. On to the next video.